The big news.
The Bronx.
The Bronx in '73 wasn't pretty. Buildings were burned out, jobs were gone, and the city was broke. But in the middle of all that chaos, kids still wanted to have fun. They just couldn't afford the fancy disco clubs downtown. So they threw their own parties. Plug in some turntables, drag out the speakers, hit the block. That's where hip-hop started.
I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Now I slam it when I'm done and make sure.
Not from money or fame, just from people trying to make something out of nothing. A DJ named Kool Herc figured out that if you looped the best part of a record, that drum break that got everyone moving, you could keep the party alive for hours. That idea, it changed everything.
I used to live downtown, 129th Street, Convent.
Once Kool Herc lit the fuse, the Bronx lit up. Other DJs caught on fast. Grandmaster Flash, Africa Bambaataa, DJ Hollywood. They weren't just playing records. They were engineering moments. Flash figured out how to cut, mix, and scratch to keep that break alive even longer.
All right, stop.
At those block parties, people didn't just dance, they battled. That's where breakdancing came in. The B-boys and B-girls hit the floor every time the beat dropped, showing off spins, flips, and moves that'd make physics nervous. And while that was going down, graffiti was exploding too. Kids were tagging trains, walls, anything they could. It wasn't vandalism to them. It was visibility. A way to say, I exist. Africa Bambaataa saw all that energy and said, we don't need gangs. We need a movement. That's when he started the Zulu Nation, using music and art to bring people together instead of tearing each other apart.
To the boogity bang bang, the boogie to the boogity beat. Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat.
By the time the 80s hit, hip-hop wasn't just sound, it was culture. By the 80s, hip-hop had outgrown the block.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
What started in the Bronx was now spilling across New York, then the whole country. The sound got sharper, the rhymes got tighter, and the attitude, untouchable. Run DMC showed up wearing Adidas with no laces and made it fashion. LL Cool J came through smooth but dangerous, like your crush's older brother who owned the block. Public Enemy turned rap into rebellion. Salt and Pepper made it fun and fearless, and Boogie Down Productions reminded everyone the mic had power. But here's the thing.
Here I go again, girls. What's my weakness? Okay.
Even as hip-hop hit MTV and packed shows, the Grammys didn't take it seriously. In 1989, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince won the first rap Grammy. But the award wasn't televised, so every rapper that mattered boycotted. Classic hip-hop move.
This year Halloween fell on a weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys are trick-or-treating.
The 80s was the decade hip-hop stopped asking for permission and started taking space. It wasn't urban music anymore. It was the movement.
It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time is tricky.
Our American agenda tonight because of fear.
Another crazy-ass nigga.
Fear that what started out as music to inform
With a gat that's pointed at your ass.
has turned into music that incites.
And the Police wasn't just a song. It was a mirror held up to America. By the 90s, hip-hop had muscles. It wasn't the kid from the Bronx anymore. It was a full-grown movement.
Danger!
With money, message, and madness.
Artists out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star. And don't want
On the West Coast, Tupac Shakur gave the game a heart, poetry, pain, and paranoia, all in one verse. Across the map, Biggie Smalls was spinning Brooklyn stories smoother than a silk suit. It was art, but it was war too. East versus West, and the world couldn't look away. Meanwhile, down south, Outkast and UGK were cooking something different. Funk, drawl, and soul. The South got something to say. And they weren't kidding.
Still Snoop Dogg and D.I.
At the same time, female MCs were making waves, like Lauryn Hill,
It's been 3 weeks since you were looking for your friend, the one you let hit it and never called you again.
who in The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill preached self-worth, love, faith, and the struggles of womanhood, blending vulnerability and strength like no one else. And she wasn't alone. MC Lyte was out here teaching lyrical discipline. Queen Latifah was demanding unity.
Who you calling a bitch?
Lil' Kim flipped sexuality on its head. She took the same thing rappers used to brag about and made herself the boss of it, setting the stage for a generation of women who didn't just rap about power. They rapped from it. By the end of the decade, hip-hop wasn't a guest in the house of pop culture anymore. It owned the house, from music to movies, to sneakers, to slang. It was everywhere. By the 2000s, hip-hop wasn't knocking on the door. It was the damn landlord. The culture went from street corners to skyscrapers. Jay-Z wasn't just rapping anymore. He was building businesses. Rockefeller, Rockaware, champagne deals. The man turned verses into ventures. Same story with 50 Cent. Dude dropped Get Rich or Die Trying, and actually did both, almost literally. And then the greatest to ever do it.
You can try and read my lyrics off of this paper before I lay 'em.
Down south, Atlanta turned into the new capital. T.I., Ludacris, Lil Jon, they made crunk, trap, and swagger a global export. Every party had a yeah moment, guaranteed. And Kanye West, he flipped the script. The backpack kid from Chicago brought soul samples and pink polos into the mainstream, proving you could be conscious and cocky. Then Lil Wayne came through and melted the mixtape circuit. Metaphors, punchlines, and pure chaos.
And this real gangster shit you dealing with here, bitch head. Oh, hold up.
By mid-decade, rap wasn't just music, it was marketing.
Drain me of my energy to try to take the wave.
I want to take it back to days before rodeo real.
Sneaker deals, clothing lines, soda commercials. Even the president was quoting Jay-Z. And when the internet hit full force, mixtapes went digital. Blogs, LimeWire, YouTube, all that gave birth to a new breed. Independent, viral, and fearless. 2017, it became the most streamed genre of music in the US. By the time the 2020s rolled in, hip-hop wasn't just the #1 genre. It was the culture. Everyone wanted in. Honorable mentions go to J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Cole for his introspective storytelling, Kendrick for his sharp social commentary, both sticking to real lyrics with no auto-tune. Nicki Minaj is still the queen, though. Oh wait, that seat looks taken now. Just recently, Cardi B has surpassed Nicki Minaj and Doja Cat to reclaim best-selling female rapper. And in 2025 marks 52 years hip-hop anniversary. Crazy thing is, nobody back then thought they were making history. They were just trying to make something out of nothing and ended up making the culture. From cardboard floors to world tours. That's hip-hop. We can't forget how hip-hop found new homes in the 2010s. Shows like Love and Hip Hop and Wild 'N Out gave the culture a stage, while All-Star Hip-Hop showcased battles, performances, and debates. Voices like Charlemagne the God, Joe Budden, DJ Academics, and DJ Vlad kept the conversation alive, calling out the real and the ridiculous. Artists who collab with hip-hop artists and content creators who keep the flame burning made sure the culture stayed front and center, wild, opinionated, and impossible to ignore. Well, that's hip-hop for you. Where do you think it's headed? Comment your thoughts down below.